So we looked at the ways in which the federal government can influence state education decision-making in California. And in order to do that, we developed a typology of different ways that the federal government might constrain or might help California state education decision-making.
One area that we develop in the paper, talking about how immigration-related initiatives and political rhetoric at the national level can exacerbate stresses on families and on young people who feel threatened by DACA changes, by the potential that their parents will be forced to leave, and that can negatively affect school performance, even if the state is doing everything it ought to be doing in the schools.
As our world becomes increasingly complex and different structures become increasingly interdependent on each other, a lot of decisions have implications for education that we might not consider to be education decisions. So an example of that is, you can think about the federal tax reform. So the reduction in the state and local tax deduction isn't going to affect the local and state education budgets initially, but it may have implications for being able to raise taxes long term. And particularly more affluent people may be less willing to support tax increases to fund education in the future. So there's a kind of indirect general purpose action that the federal government has taken that may actually have important implications for local education politics and state education politics.
So one implication of our study is that people, both voters and politicians, often think in policy silos. They think about education and they think about certain things. They think about teachers and they think about money in schools. But what our study is suggesting, that on a lot of issues, education specialists need to understand what's happening in other parts of the state politics and arenas and find advocates in those areas to work with.